So I had a dream that I was at Jamie Lang's wedding with my boyfriend, and Spencer started like fighting my boyfriend because he was like, and like it was the weirdest thing.
Well, we're back. We're on the 7th episode, and this week we're joined by Hattie and Amrit.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Wait, we've not done this combo before?
No, we haven't.
What?
Yeah,
We
I know. I was
haven't
going to
done
say
a
we haven't done it
podcast
like
together.
the OG combo, but we've not actually done it on the podcast.
Podcast.
Oh, cute. Exciting.
So exciting.
How's everyone? Doing well?
Yes, good.
Well, before we start, should we just go into outfits? Because I feel
Yeah.
like
We're giving a
got
bit
some
more
good-
spring-summer vibes, which is
Yeah.
exciting.
I'm finally.
Yeah. Well, let's start with you, Hattie.
I'm in I'm starting at the bottom, I don't know why, but Stradivarius cowboy boots, Stradivarius jeans, Ganni tee, and a vintage red kind of like, I don't know what you call it. It's very ruched.
Yeah, it's like a ruched cropped jacket thing.
Crinkly
It's
with
yeah.
shoulder pads. Yeah, I have no idea when or where I got this from. Genuinely can't
Really?
remember. It's just been
I
sat in
love
my
it.
wardrobe for ages, and I hardly ever wear it. And I'm just like feeling the red and pink.
Love
red
it.
and pink's a
And
good
it goes with
combo.
the cushion you're sitting on.
Oh my god! I'm literally so coordinated
God.
with the sofa.
It's got really cool buttons as well.
Yeah, it's cute, isn't it? Red and gold detailing.
Love it.
Sap, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a double denim co-ord. So
Really
the
nice.
jacket is from Mango, and actually the jeans are weekday. And then I'm going to show the camera, but for those listening, I'll explain. This is a t-shirt from Damson Madder. And I'm actually wearing it backwards because the back was really cool. And it's got like loads of like a fruit plate, carrots, jam, toast.
It's like
just
a little
really fun.
picnic.
Yeah.
So
Oh no,
cute.
it's actually called the picnic.
Is
It says it down. It says. Yeah.
So, yeah.
What are you wearing?
So I've gone for an all white moment
Love
over here,
it.
which is very surprising. 'Cause I normally do all black,
Yeah.
but you know spring's here when I'm not wearing black.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing these white jeans, which are just from ASOS. I don't know what the brand is, but they are just from ASOS. My Zara belt, and then I'm wearing this really massive oversized shirt from H&M, Zara top, and my favorite New Balance trainers. Yeah. Oh, and my new vintage earrings.
Oh my god,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
I'm obsessed with these.
But guys, we need to tell you the story. Basically, Alice Skewer Story, who's one of Georgie's friends, came in and she brought in this whole collection of vintage jewelry, and we were like, we were just looking through all of it. And Amrit just honestly was obsessed with these
I had to get these
earrings.
earrings.
They really suit you.
Thanks, guys.
So
But yeah, I'm
such
obsessed.
nice.
£45 for a pair of vintage earrings,
So
I
good.
think.
And they're clip-on, aren't they?
And they're clip-ons, and I'm just obsessed.
Amazing.
Love them.
They're really fun.
What about you, Days?
I've just got my Zara boiler suit on.
Love
Really
that.
nice.
And New Balance 530s, which I'm loving. This is a recent spring purchase because I ordered some Asics and they didn't fit me, so I had to send them back. So I've gone for the New Balance 530s, but haven't regretted it.
Love it.
No.
I've got a confession to make while we're here. A few episodes ago, I was slating the Solomons, and I'm sat here today wearing a pair of Solomons. They always go full circle.
Yeah, I was
know,
gonna say, it
it's
always
literally
happens.
here. I think-
In fact, it was also the episode where I
Yeah.
said I will never tuck jeans into cowboy boots.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God,
doing it
you're not-
today,
yeah.
but I am a convert now.
I know.
It's so good.
We
I
saw
do
you
too.
strutting into the office with your cowboy boots tucked in.
I was like, someone's gonna say something, but no one did. I thought I got away with it.
That's
You looked great.
Okay, so next we're going to go on to the hot list, and I feel like there's a lot to talk about this week. Few new launches, few drops. We've also actually, around the same time this will be going out, we've also got the Let's Go hot list on the Hub going out. Daisy, you had a few that you quite liked from there.
Yes, Gales are launching, well, they have launched a loyalty app.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you downloaded
Yes.
it?
Yes, I have downloaded
I haven't
it.
yet.
And if you
How-
download it, you get free coffee.
Oh, so how does it actually work?
Basically,
Yeah.
it's like you get
You just-
coins. It's just like any loyalty app.
Oh, so it's kind of like their card,
Yeah.
but on an app.
But
Oh,
I think
cool.
to
Is it
get
like a club
people-
card?
No,
Just
it's
a club card.
I wish. I don't think so. But I think just because they want people to download it.
Yeah.
Once you download it, you
You get a
automatically have a
free
coin,
coffee.
and then you can use it to get a free coffee, which I think is
And
great.
there are rumours they're launching a drive-through.
See, I've heard about this.
Have
Oh
you?
my god.
Yeah.
So
That
we
would be
need
mad
to.
if they did that.
Yeah, that's a
If
If
vlog.
you're out there, Gail, we want
Yeah,
to be the
Gail.
first at the drive-through. Who drives here?
No.
I
Me?
supposedly can drive.
I
No,
can drive, but I don't have a car.
No, same.
I don't have a car either, but we can rent one.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Can't just
Put it on
And
the work.
another exciting thing was Netflix have collabed with
Yes, Lacoste.
Oh,
Lacoste
yeah.
for
I saw this, but I wasn't really sure about what the whole
Yeah.
like thing is about.
It's basically like they've taken a few of their like cult shows, of their original shows, like Stranger Things,
Sex Education.
What was the other one? Was it Money Heist? Did I make
Bridgerton,
that up?
I feel like
Bridgerton,
Bridgerton's on
exactly.
there.
So all of those, and they've created like small collections that kind of mimic those universes, which is really cool.
Yeah,
it's really
it's
inspired
cooler than
by.
I thought it was going to be, but it's actually quite fun and just like quirky. I think they're really cute.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's
And
really cool.
actually, I was reading that because you guys write that, and Hattie, you design everything
Yeah.
for it. So check it out if you're listening. Cool brands that have collab like that.
yeah.
Like I saw one recently, Airbnb with Barbie. Did anyone see
Oh,
that?
I didn't see
No,
that.
no,
That's so
Hattie,
cool.
This is your dream. So it's like the Miami Palace, Party Palace or something. They made it and you could win a stay there.
yeah.
There was also obviously Tiffany and Nike.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking of what would be your dream
Collab.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh my
good
God, that's so
question.
hard.
I quite like seeing brands that are totally opposite
Different.
merge.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's kind of what Tiffany and Nike was like.
Yeah.
Tiffany said it was like really beautiful, like elegant jewelry, and then Nike is like cool trainers, and it's like completely
Yeah.
opposites.
But I think
Totally.
even like completely cross category, like a fashion brand and like I don't know,
Food.
like a homeware brand or like something
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
random would be so cool.
Ganni Lux Girl.
Yeah.
Putting it out in the universe.
Well, there was obviously Gucci North Face. I love
Oh,
that.
that was
yeah,
really
that was
cool.
That was cool.
But that's fashion and fashion.
Yeah.
This was the last hot list. It was Tamagotchi and Supreme.
Oh,
That
was so cool.
is
Quite
epic.
cool.
I
That
love
is very
that.
cool.
They're little like camo print pink.
Yeah,
little
they were so
Tamagotchi.
cute.
I want one so
I
bad.
know.
Well, what do you do with it?
I don't know. I think I would just
yeah.
hang it off my jeans.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
a little
or like
accessory.
on your
Okay,
keys.
something.
on your bag.
So
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, on
Oh,
your
fair
keys.
enough.
Yeah.
That reminds me, another thing in the hot list. I feel like you shared this on Instagram as well, Hattie. The new Ganni bag.
Yes,
Oh
the
my God.
boom.
I haven't
How
seen it.
cute! I went
You have.
into their store the other day and saw it, and they're such a good size, and they've got a really nice structured top handle, and I think they're like 4 or 5 colours.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
They're like quite muted, like neutral, and then there's a pink, which obviously
Obs.
is
Yeah.
so cute. But they're just really nice everyday
Yeah.
handbags. I think if you are kind of over a crossbody, if you want like an actual handbag, they're so cute.
Yeah. And I think it's one of their newer ones where it's not leather at all. It's like a innovative new material. So that's
Okay,
really cool.
That's cool.
And I think, I mean, in the sense of affordable bags, I think they're
Yeah.
under £300
Yeah.
for like a designer bag. That's
For a
actually
designer
quite
bag,
around that.
reasonable.
Good
So.
price point. It's really
Yeah.
cool. Cool, guys.
Cool. Anything else we've missed on the hot list?
Have you guys seen there's going to be a new Harry Potter TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we feel
Sorry.
about this?
I was going to say, before we go into it, Daisy has not.
Don't out me.
I'm outing you. She doesn't watch Harry Potter.
You've not seen
Daisy,
it.
I
I
was
knew from her face
disgusted.
something
No
fishy was
way.
going on.
Guys, I've watched the
Any of them?
I've watched the first and the last, and I did make cross references.
What?
Daisy,
How
that
does
doesn't
it
make any
work?
sense.
I'm sorry, I was out there climbing trees when I was younger.
So was I. I still watch Harry Potter.
I know, it's a big regret. And do you know what? My boyfriend always says to me, can we just sit down and watch every single one? And I think I actually would do that, because I do think I'd like
Yeah,
it.
you know what? I'm jealous of you that you haven't, because watching it
Yeah.
for the first time and like all the
Yeah,
twists and
true.
turns and things that happen, you're
Okay,
like,
well, shall I start? Maybe one a week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's
I
such
do-
a wholesome
But
Sunday
I will say, I
afternoon.
feel
Yeah.
like it's more of a wintry thing, though.
It
don't
is.
you
I
think?
always
Yeah,
watch it at
Christmas
Christmas
too.
time.
It's not really something you watch in the summer.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
tell me more about the TV
Oh
show
yeah.
then.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I just want to know everyone's thoughts, because when I first heard about it, I was like, is it a bit too soon? But it actually was. I know it was actually quite a while ago. We were kids.
Yeah.
But it feels quite soon to be completely redoing it.
Redone. I don't think there's ever been a show or like a movie series like that, other than maybe Star Wars, but I'm not really a big fan, that's been redone in that way. And it's not like they're
Yeah.
making like another one. Like Fantastic Beasts is obviously tied to
Yeah, it's
Harry Potter. But
linked.
this is like an instant, like it's a remake. It's a complete
So
remake.
they'll remake every single film into a
Yeah, so
shortened
it's gonna,
TV.
It's going to be over
Yeah.
10 years.
Oh, perfect! I can just watch that.
And it'll
No,
be a
it's not
show.
going to
No,
take 10
Daisy.
years to release. As in this like chronological time period
Okay.
of like the
Over 10
story is going to be
years.
over 10 years.
Yeah. But no, Daisy, you have to watch the films
No,
before
I-
you watch
yeah,
the show.
I
watch
understand,
the
guys.
film.
I understand. You know, it's sweet. You all wave your wands.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Guys, fun fact: Harry
Yeah.
Potter was filmed in my school.
Really?
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was in like Scotland.
No, so it's in like numerous different places in England, but one like in the cathedral in my school, like where we had our assemblies, it was filmed in like the hallways of the cathedral, and a lot of the students in my school were like extras.
No
How
way.
can we think make?
Because I was too young.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
was
like
little
random
bit
people were in it. Like Zoella
Yeah.
always said she was in the background as
Yeah.
an extra.
Because like obviously like all the students in Harry Potter Like
I'd
yeah.
quite like to sign up to be an extra.
in a film, yeah.
You can
It's
just,
quite a good
like,
side hustle.
I signed up to do it ages ago, but
Really?
haven't actually done it.
You should.
But it's really easy to sign up.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There are kind of, I don't know, just like online sites where you like subscribe and
Yeah.
they tell you what productions they're working on.
Okay.
And you can just ask. you know.
Groovy.
It's
I
a
think
nice
my
little
sister's done
side
it.
hobby
I know.
to
Yeah.
do,
feel
I
like
guess.
I'd be there in the background though, like
Yeah.
really being a main character trying to get those
Choose
main
me.
character back.
Pick me.
Pick me character.
Guys, a friend of mine, she worked on as a runner on a recent film that Jacob Elordi's going to be on, and she was in his trailer.
No
Looked after his
way.
That is
That is
sick.
insane.
How
Yeah.
cool is that?
Huge.
She took his dog to the vets.
Oh my god.
I
That's
know, she got all
insane.
the goss. Quite cool.
What kind of goal?
Oh,
Yeah, can you
I
can't-
don't know
can't
it.
spell,
I
can't
don't
spell.
know it, but
Another thing I've seen is The Idol. Have you guys heard of it?
Yes.
We wrote about it a while ago on Hot List
Yeah.
actually, but it's coming closer to it being
What is it?
released. It's a new TV show coming out. It's the same director as Euphoria, and it stars The Weeknd and Lily Rose Depp. So the basis of the story is it's about like a young girl in music starting out in the industry. It's meant to kind of show the seedier side of Hollywood and that kind of industry. Lily Rose Depp obviously is the girl, and then she gets into a relationship with The Weeknd, who's a bit older, and it's again like this seedy kind of cult leadery kind of character.
yeah.
But basically I think they actually started the show a while ago and have like recast it halfway through, and a lot of the things that
I
they
did think.
Yeah.
I did think like why are they like advertising the show again?
yeah, they
Yes.
recast it with The
Interesting.
Weeknd and with Lily Rose Depp and stuff, and then I think some of the things people are basically saying there's a lot of parallels between the things they're exploring in the show and what's actually happening, because it's just proving
Interesting.
kind
Yeah.
messed
Okay.
up nature of
So
Hollywood.
when's that coming out?
I'm not sure. I
think
think
it's
this summer.
May.
Yeah, or
I think it's
quite
soon. Yeah.
Okay.
On Max. The new
HBO
like
Max,
HBO
yeah, yeah.
Max.
But it does look good, and it is quite like it's that same vibe as,
As
Euphoria.
Euphoria.
Quite
Yeah,
dark,
it
quite
looks quite
sexy.
dark.
Like
Yeah.
Cool
it'll be a
outfits.
good one.
I think it would be
I
a good
think it
one.
will be good.
It'd be interesting. Both The Weeknd and
Lily Rose
Lily
Depp.
Rose Depp. I think it's their first real big acting
Yeah.
gig, so it'll be interesting.
Well,
to
has
see.
The
Yeah.
Weeknd acted ever
No, I don't
before?
think so.
I was gonna say,
I think
I've not
Lily Rose
really-
Depp might have.
Yeah.
done,
Yeah, I
but
think she's in a few things.
But yeah,
Mm.
But
interesting
she's
to
still
see
really
The
young,
Weeknd.
isn't
she
she?
is.
So
Yeah. But I'm interested
Any
in that
other
one.
TV
Yeah.
podcast recs?
Moving on to TV and pods. Guys, we actually have a few to talk about.
I know.
Well, the first one is definitely the one with Alexa Nichols.
Yes.
Nicholas?
Nicholas.
Yeah.
Alexa Nicholas from Zoe 101
Yeah.
On Nickelodeon.
on
The
the Real Pod. We think we've all
Yeah.
listened to it.
Yeah.
haven't we?
Yeah.
Wow, we've got a lot to unpack.
Oh my god.
Wow. Well, for those who haven't listened, I feel like we
Yeah.
need to give like a slightly general overview.
Did you
of
guys
it.
watch Zoe 101?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yes.
Do you
I
not?
didn't
Really?
have Nickelodeon.
What?
Oh my god.
I definitely didn't have Nickelodeon.
Okay.
As a kid.
Okay.
Zoe
But I-
101, for those that didn't watch it, was just like the coolest TV
Yeah.
program. And they were based university students.
Yeah, it was like a
based
campus.
on a college campus, maybe
Campus.
college.
Wait, no, they weren't. They were so young.
They were like high school
high
students.
school, like school.
But
they
it
were
was like campus
It was
vibe,
campus
and
vibes.
it was like where you would like stay. Like I don't know how to
Yeah,
describe.
they were
like
like
boarding
schools.
school.
Yeah, it
kind
was
of.
boarding school, but
But
it was
like
like Hollywood.
Hollywood
boarding
boarding
school.
school, yeah.
And they all carried Apple. Well, they didn't carry Apple laptops. They had a pair.
Yeah,
on the laptop.
pair.
And Zoe used to carry her room key on her necklace.
On her neck,
Yeah, that
which
was
I
very
thought was
iconic.
so
Yeah.
cool.
So
I know.
cool.
But yeah, so that was obviously a big childhood show of most of ours.
Mhm.
But one of the actresses who was on it has come out recently. Actually, it wasn't that recently. She came out a few years ago talking about this and about the abuse and the bullying and a lot of the stuff that she went through as a child actress on the show. And the main kind of overarching thing was the child predators that are there on Nickelodeon.
And particularly the producer,
Yeah.
Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
Yes, who a few people have come out about
Yeah.
and spoken about. But yeah, from the podcast, I don't know. I mean, Amrit, what kind of stood out to you from it? There was a lot to unpack.
Yeah, there was a lot. I think the one thing that I just felt really like sad about was like the fact that this was happening to like young, like vulnerable girls.
Yeah.
And like not even just girls, like I'm sure boys as well,
Mm.
because obviously he was just weirdly obsessed with children for some reason.
Yeah.
But like it's just so sad. Like this is when people are like learning about life and like them doing like acting is something fun for them, and it's just like something new for them, and then like for that whole experience is to be ruined. Like it's just so
know,
sad.
And I think a key point was that there weren't masses of young roles in
Yeah.
terms of if you landed
Yeah.
one in Nickelodeon, it was like,
You
oh
wanted
my
to
god.
keep it.
Exactly.
It's like the
Yeah.
whole Disney thing. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like gold
Exactly.
dust.
So
Yeah.
I think they were too scared to speak out about it because they were like, well, they'll just replace me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you've got parents that are probably like, oh my God, this is incredible. They're obviously reaping the financial benefits from it as well.
Yeah.
But for those that haven't listened to it, should we just explain the issue between Zoe, who was Zoe 101?
Yeah,
so
Jamie Lynn
Lynn
Spears.
Spears, and Alexa, who played. It was like, who was it she played? It was just.
her name now. I want to say it was
She used to wear mini skirts all the time, didn't she?
I can't.
She called Nicole.
Nicole, you're right.
Nicole,
it was
yes.
Nicole. But yeah,
How
I
do you
think
know that? You haven't
I
even
know,
listened
she's
to the
done our
podcast.
research. But yeah, I think the main thing was that I think a lot of it's jealousy that they are young girls, and I think it was just a lot of picking on her, bullying her, just not including her. But also there was a lot more like in the podcast she talked about this event where they were in a trailer. It was her.
That was insane.
Jamie Lynn
by the way.
Spears
Yeah,
and
this was
Britney
so
Spears,
sad.
and them just being like,
Attacking,
"You're not gonna have a job
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
You're not." Also thinking that Britney Spears was probably like much older than her.
Yeah, she must have been.
Yeah,
at
well,
that
just
point.
so to explain, most of them had their parents there because they were all so young, so they would get taken from trailer to set with their
Yeah.
parents, and sometimes they'd have their chauffeurs to take
Yeah.
them. So, and these people were often trusted by the
Yeah.
parents, but there was never really a long period of time when the children would be left with their chauffeurs.
Yeah.
On a particular occasion, the chauffeur took Alexa to go to hair and makeup, but
Yeah.
actually turned out he actually was taking her to go and speak to Jamie Lynn
Yeah.
Spears
And Britney.
and Britney, where Britney just sort of let rip on her.
Yeah.
And
saying-
they locked her in their trailer so she
Yeah.
couldn't leave. And they just said, didn't they, like, you're never going to work again. And I think because Britney, I guess, as well, would have heard Jamie's point of view.
Yeah.
Where
Well, it was
Jamie.
was probably accusing Alexa of
Yeah.
bullying her when it was
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
it was
And obviously,
vice
as
versa.
the sister, you're gonna take your sister's
Yeah.
side
Exactly.
over someone else's.
And it was interesting that Alexa said Britney has actually reached out. She
Yeah.
messaged her since, like, this was recent, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
recent.
Last
when
few
all the stuff was
years.
happening with her conservatorship,
And
yeah.
apologised and said she was really sorry for how she
Mhm.
acted and
So
how she
Britney
treated her.
apologised to Alexa,
Alexa.
Yeah.
saying that Jamie had actually lied
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
Hopefully you guys are all getting. I think you have to give it the podcast.
Yeah,
a
you
listen.
definitely have to listen.
Hopefully it
There's
makes
a
sense.
lot-
There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
But I think the wider arching theme is the fact that these young children are taken advantage of.
yeah.
But obviously, with all of the horrible things she's gone through, it's great that she's now using her platform and going on these podcasts, and she's got a organisation as well to speak out about it, tell people about it, help other people. So that's really great.
Yeah, definitely.
And on a similar vein to kind of young actresses and people in Hollywood getting taken advantage of, Brooke Shields, who's another really big actress, if you don't know her, she's just released a documentary on Disney Plus called Pretty Baby.
Really worth a watch. Who's watched it? Hattie, have you seen it?
I've not watched it yet. I've seen quite a few clips. I've watched the trailer. It keeps coming up on my TikTok,
Yeah.
obviously, and does look like such a good watch, but quite heavy, right?
It is heavy.
Yeah,
I think with all of these also a bit of a trigger warning. There is a
Yeah.
lot of touchy topics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so for people listening who don't know who Brooke Shields is, she was the model of the moment back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, she basically started her career super young. Her mum was her manager, her agent. She also had her own issues, which
Yeah.
sadly kind of evolves, and you sort of learn a lot more about the mother and why she did what she did. But yeah, Brooke was casted in her first role when she was
I think 12.
12,
Really
yeah.
young.
and this was, I mean, when I was watching it, I was quite creeped out in a way
Yeah.
because
So you've watched the movie that the
The
first
original
movie she
movie.
was
no,
in.
sorry, I haven't watched the movie, but this
Yeah.
documentary I've watched the first episode halfway through the
Okay.
second. And yeah, so this film, it was based in it was meant to be she was a prostitute.
Yeah, it was a brothel.
Yeah.
And I think her mum in the film ran the brothel, but the mum goes away, and then Brooke, who's like 12 years old, basically has to take over the brothel and becomes like the madam of this brothel, which is very, very inappropriate for a 12-year-old. And the media basically just turned against her after this as an actress. She, like, after when she was doing interviews and things, they asked her things like about her virginity, about her like sizes and clothes and her sexuality, and like was really sexualizing her at a young age. And I think it was obviously a different time, but I think that's still so prevalent even now.
Yeah, and it was more she was also quite unaware of what
I think
she was doing.
as a young girl, you're
Yeah.
so innocent and
Yeah.
oblivious to like the effect that you're having on all these disgusting like men or women or whoever
Well,
like become
predators,
obsessed.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and you just have no idea. And like also as a child, you don't really have a voice in that industry. Like
Exactly.
anything you say, it's not going to get taken seriously. So you feel really like powerless.
Well, one thing in particular that just really took me I was in utter shock. Basically, she was filming it. The one she did after Pretty Baby was
Blue Lagoon?
Blue Lagoon. It was meant to be for young teenagers and understanding what it's like to fall in love and lose their virginity. And when they were filming her, supposedly losing her virginity to this other actor that was in it, the director would yank her foot to make it look as if she was sort of like in ecstasy, and she actually was in pain, and it was just so sad because all of these things, and they had to do it over and over again to get it right. Linking back to Alexa, is these directors,
It's a problem throughout the whole of Hollywood. It's all these men in very high places, pretty much, who think they can do what they want.
And
Take
again,
advantage,
you know, you've landed this role, you're making money, people are telling you how amazing you are, you're not going to say anything, are you?
No.
And she comes across, from the clips I've seen when she is like 12, 13 in interviews, as so mature. And it just makes you think child actresses and actors must have to grow up so much, but especially if you're in roles like that and you're grappling with these subjects that would be difficult for a 12 or 13 year old anyway, let alone you're having to put yourself, like, imagine that you're in those situations and
well, she was going through her own sexual awakening, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
she was that's what I think they were loving, the fact that this was actually her.
You were seeing it,
you were
on
seeing
screen.
it, and it was
It's really bizarre.
That's so sad. And then where is the space for her to actually work it out herself if you're just constantly being told what to do and what to say all the time?
Exactly. And I think it's also, and this ties in quite nicely to another another podcast I think we've all listened to, the Madison Beer one on Call Her Daddy. But it just ties to the idea that, like, the woman in the situation is the one getting shamed and like getting all the shit and getting told she's a slut and all these things, when really it's the people around her, it's the directors, it's the men, it's the media who are saying these horrible things, but they're not getting any slack for it. And I think that's still such a thing today. Shall we move on to products we are loving?
Yes.
Yeah. Who wants to go first? Hattie?
Mine is one we featured in our beauty recommendations on the Hub. I've always sworn by the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I've tried so many, but I always go back to it, and usually I get it in black, but I'm trying for spring summer the chocolate brown shade. I'm liking a lighter eye makeup look. I feel like obviously everyone has been doing like the crazy blues and purples and stuff, but I also have a red, like, brick colour. It's the Dior Curl Icon, I think. And that's really nice too. I actually didn't get that intentionally. I thought it was going to be black, and then I got it out of the box.
That's really gutting though.
This is quite red. But I'm going with it. I'm really, really liking just like mixing it up a bit. Yeah, it's just a bit lighter and fresher, I think, for spring, summer.
More muted for like for lighter days. I think it's nice.
And you've got a follow as well, and you follow, haven't you?
Oh yes, I do. I've been following on TikTok Matty. I don't know how you pronounce her surname. I think it's like Gouman. 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 Okay. And she's great on TikTok. She's a social and like content creator to like as her 9 to 5, but she also co-founded a swimwear brand. She lives in Australia as well, and she just does behind the scenes of her business and her job, and then she has great outfit of the days and stuff. She's it's kind of like what I want my wardrobe to look like.
Okay.
She has a lot of really cute pastel, like 2 pieces, lots of cowboy boots. Just really cool girl.
Cool.
I'd recommend following. Yeah,
We'll have to add her.
yeah, have a look.
Love that.
Amrit, what are you loving?
So I actually just bought some new vintage Gucci sunglasses, which I have been loving. So I watched the Kendall Jenner video that she did with Vogue, like, you know, the 7 outfits, and she was just wearing these like Gucci sunglasses, and she said that they were vintage, and I was like, oh my god, I really now want a pair of vintage Gucci sunglasses. So I was on like Vestiaire, Depop, vintage, like manhunt, trying to find some really cool sunglasses, and I found some on Depop. And I wish I could show you guys, but they're just this really cool like oval shape with like the classic red and green like stripe going across the top with the vintage like Gucci sign like on the side, and I'm just obsessed. £100, not bad for a pair
really
of
good.
sunnies. So yeah,
Depop's actually such
Depop is
Yeah.
good. Who knows if they're real or not?
I think so.
I always think that, but I just think who's making like fake vintage
surely
Gucci
not.
sunglasses?
Well,
But either way, they're very cool.
They are
so. Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah, and another, I've got a follow on Instagram that I've been recently loving at the moment. It's not a person, but it's more of like an inspo page, and they're called Annie Collages.
Oh yeah, we used them the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah. So I showed you them, and they basically, like, as someone who's very much into fashion, they just post like the coolest collages of like runway inspo, and she makes it into this amazing collage and like layers loads of pictures on top of each other.
Annie Collage.
Annie Collages, yeah. And I don't know where she's based, maybe like New York or something like that, but like just so good for inspo.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Love that. Sapna, what are you loving?
I have just bought 2 sets. You know, I love my matching sets. So I've got 2. One from Zara. It literally came out like the other day, and I did same day delivery. I was that like keen for it. Honestly, I'm so bad. I was so eager. I actually wore the trousers yesterday. You know, the striped ones that I was wearing.
So nice.
So they're basically like blue and white, and it's a slightly thicker blue and white stripe. Kind of like a deck chair is what I'd see it as. Actually, you know what? If you want to picture it, it's like bananas in pajamas.
Bananas in pajamas.
Oh, what a throwback.
It's exactly like that. But they're really cool, and I didn't wear them today because I feel like they're like a little bit too summer. But you'll see it in a couple weeks.
Stripes.
Oh my god, imagine! You'll see them in a couple episodes' time. Just wait and see. And also very similar, but slightly different. Another striped PJ set, actual PJs. I will wear them out the house.
Okay.
From Arcare, but they are like a much thinner blue and white stripe, like a classic PJ kind of style.
Really nice.
Really oversized, super comfy. Striped sets are so good because you literally just can wear the shirt with a pair of jeans or shorts, whatever. Equally, the trousers you can wear with like a white t-shirt and a blazer. So love that. And actually, I've already spoken about my Salomons. I still don't know how to say them, but these were a Depop find. So if you want a pair, look on Depop. And I kind of like the slightly worn feel. I really hate like that
fresh,
crisp white.
Yeah.
So it's nice that they feel a little bit worn in. Just while I'm going on about things I love, I recently wrote a piece on Lux Girl Hub on 3 small cool brands that I'm loving. And so I wanted to shout them out. So one is Pilgrim, which is a jewellery brand. They've been around for a while, actually.
I've heard of this before.
But they've only recently come on my radar or become quite big in the UK, and they just do really cute like earring sets, and they just did a collab with Hannah Schoenberg. I don't know how to say her last name.
Really cool.
But that's really cool. Second brand is called Casa Club. I'm pretty sure. If it's wrong, it'll be in the description. But they basically started as like a cafe, and they did merch for the cafe, but it's really cool. Like if you like Picante, if you like Jacquemus, it's that style of like really crisp, like nice logo, kind of sporty. And the last one is Borrowed From, which is a rental brand. So if you're after any party wear, it's such a good place to go for something really cool. But yeah, Daisy, what are you loving?
Well, talking of small brands I'm loving, there's one I've just come across on Instagram called Second Denim, and she's a girl that basically sources Levi's 501s and resells them, but has loads of cool shades, all the sizes. So just a great go-to for pre-loved and at an affordable price, a lot cheaper than what they retail at. But also, talking of Levi's 501s, has anyone been to the MacArthur Glen Designer Outlet in Kent?
I haven't, but I really want to.
So I went at the weekend, and it was so good, and I came away with so much.
So what is it? Designer outlet?
It's a bit like Bicester Village,
right?
But 30 minutes from London, so quite easy on the train, and it's all outdoors. So it's like under big tents. It's kind of in a big shoehorn, so you kind of walk all the way around. Dogs can be there and stuff. And yeah, I got Levi's 501s for 40 quid. Got 2 colours. 2 pairs of Russ and Bromley heels, up to 60% off. I mean, really good. And they had everything.
Love that. Good day out. You went on a Sunday, didn't you?
Yeah, really good.
Really
and
nice.
definitely go on a Sunday because it's quite quiet.
Quieter, yeah.
And I don't know whether I just timed it really well with all the spring-summer stuff. But there was so much there. Also, for you fitness galleys out there, Oreo grenade bars. Has anyone had one?
No.
I haven't, but you showed me earlier. It looks so good.
They're quite
Like a
hard
protein bar?
Yeah, but you know grenade?
Yeah.
They've released an Oreo flavour, and
Is it like
unreal.
Oreo?
Yes, it's so good.
So excited.
They're so I know I am, but they honestly, it's so hard to get hold of them. And I saw some this morning at Bank Station. I was like, and they were only £2, so definitely worth it.
Nice.
So, and then, another 2-piece, bit like you. I just ordered and wore on Monday night to one of our events a naked set, and it was a suit with like a sort of more structured blazer.
And the blazer was cropped, right?
Crop blazer with blue linen trousers.
It looked so
The
good.
colour was
I love it, and I think I'm gonna get so much wear out of it this year with like the races and just
Yeah,
summer
it's just
events.
nice if
summer
you
parties.
don't want to wear a dress. Like, it's
Yeah.
just something a little bit smarter, isn't it?
Or not like a classic suit, because sometimes they feel a bit wintry.
Exactly.
That's something nice.
Yeah, exactly. So loving that. And an Instagram account, you might follow it already, Cake Not Crumbs.
No.
Basically has all the trainer drops.
Oh, I did not expect.
And just really cool.
I thought you were talking about
So
something
did I.
food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it does sound a bit Cake Not Crumbs. So all the trainer drops, it had Amélie Leon d'Or, but also kind of street style collaborations as well, just like cool upcoming stuff to be aware of.
That's really cool.
But yeah, great trainer inspo. So Cake Not Crumbs.
Well, we've got some questions from the Lux Girl Instagram, so let's.
We've got questions from the
answer
Lux
it.
girls.
From the Lux Girls. Okay, first one, Hattie, I'm going to come to you.
Oh.
How to gain confidence to wear what I want?
Ooh, that's such a good question. I think, to be honest, the best way to do it, and this will sound a bit ridiculous, is to just do it.
Yeah.
Like, the more that you go out in things that you feel maybe you're not confident enough to wear, the more you gain the confidence.
Exactly.
So if you find something that you really love, but you feel like, oh, I could never wear that, that's not me, I'm not going to look good in it, just give it a go. Sometimes once you've done it, as soon as you literally step out the house, you're so happy that you're in something that you love. And yeah, if you love it, I think
Definitely.
just got to wear it.
I love
Even
that.
if it's something bold, like someone will compliment you. Not that you should wait
Yeah.
for someone else to compliment you to want to wear it, but like someone will compliment you and you feel so good about it. Like, oh, I'm glad I wore that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, if you really love something, just wear it.
Good advice. Right. Next question. Where to get cool printed gilets and jackets, Amrit?
Oh
Ooh, okay, so I'm actually working on this right now with Florence.
Are you?
Yes, we are. And I've seen that Mango have a really good one. Mango also do really good, like, reversible ones. So they have, like, a print on either side. Zara have a few, but they haven't come out yet. It's in their new in, and like the models are wearing them.
Wait, so you can see it, but
So like the models are like wearing them, like, but they're like obviously like like showing like the jean or whatever, and she's wearing one, but it hasn't come out yet. So I'm just me and Florence are patiently
Watching it, yeah.
reloading all the time, waiting for them to come out. But they do have those two places. I think do have a really good selection.
Yeah, Florence has a
ones.
really nice one from
Mango, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the reversible one. It's really cool.
Also, Free People
Yeah.
also always have really
Yeah.
good
bit more
ones.
expensive.
Bit more expensive, but if you're willing to splurge a little bit more and you'll know you're going to get the wear out of them, then they have some really nice options as well.
Definitely.
What are your career goals, Lux Girls? Sap?
Ooh, I think for me it's mainly just having freedom. So that's like financial freedom, freedom to do lots of different things. Yeah, I think that's my main
That's really
career goal,
nice.
and just to feel like I've made it. I made it.
I made it, Mum.
Yeah.
You also do vision boards, which I love.
I do, and I love
Yes.
them. I make them like my background, my phone, my laptop.
too.
Like, do you?
Oh, Hattie, yeah, you
love
have one as
I have
well.
one on my phone, because then you're looking at it every day.
Exactly.
And I think then your subconscious
Yeah.
is
Sure.
ingraining it in.
Yeah,
I had it
totally.
as my background, and my laptop decided to die on me,
Oh,
and
no.
everything got wiped, and my amazing mood board disappeared.
Make another
So
one.
I
Amrit,
need to make
it's
another
okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Weekend-
something else
weekend
that
activity.
I do. Sorry, I love
Yeah.
talking about mood boards. Is on Pinterest. I make them private, so you can't see them, guys. But it just means then you're not worried about anyone seeing something if you have something really specific that you maybe don't want to share.
I always have my Pinterest folders on private.
Do you? Oh,
Yeah.
I
Even my
have,
food
only
ones
have
are
my
private.
Yeah.
Really? Oh my god, no! I just do my vision boards as private. But I do one seasonally. So I have like the one on my phone is pretty much, it's just like the whole year. I don't really change it. As the seasons change, I will like pin a load of things and just refer back to it and keep adding to it.
That's
the things
really
that I
nice.
wanna do. And sometimes it's just like a trip that I want to do. So I'm like, okay, I'll get a picture of Paris and add it to my.
Oh, that's so nice.
I love that. And then you go, and also it's quite nice to look back.
Yeah.
Because if you only do one a year,
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Your ideas change throughout the year and your goals
100%.
change.
Yeah.
You might
also it
Like,
keeps you
attain
motivated because
something.
you're like,
Yeah.
right, what am I going to do
Yeah.
this quarter?
Yeah.
Exactly.
This quarter. In Q4, I'm going to go to Paris. Yeah.
Advice for feeling out of place at workout classes.
I think you need to answer that
Yeah,
one.
Yeah,
I was
this is
gonna
something
say
I
this is
still
good for
do
you.
to this day, and
Yeah.
I find my top tip is to either go with a friend because
Yeah.
then you're in it together and you can, you've got
Yeah.
someone. If
Yeah.
they say, "Oh, partner up," you've got someone. But also, I would say if you're going on your own, don't let it put you off. And
Yeah.
so go a bit early. That's what I find.
Yeah, agreed.
Suss everything out. You can then ask questions.
Yeah.
Because the instructors and things are, they're willing to help. They're not going to look down on you for asking questions.
Yeah.
But go a bit earlier, suss everything out.
Yeah.
You might want to go and put your stuff in a locker, go and grab a towel,
Yeah.
ask ask questions.
Get
basically.
comfortable in the space.
Exactly.
For sure.
Also, most of the time, like at the start of a working class, they'll be like, "Who's new to this one?" And loads of people
Yeah.
say,
But it is a
"Me."
bit awkward, isn't it, when you're sitting
Yeah,
there?
I know.
I
I wait for
had
someone
that.
else to do
The
it.
first time I went spinning, I remember thinking, how the hell do I clip my feet in? I had
Oh
no
my
idea, and I was
God.
looking around. I was like panicking, but you just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we've everyone's been there.
I think part of what I find difficult is feeling like everyone is watching you.
Yeah, I hate
And actually,
that.
no one
No.
is. No one cares
So
because
true,
everyone
actually.
is doing their own thing. So once you're in it, you're so focused on what you're doing anyway. It's fine. It's just starting.
It is just
Yeah,
starting.
start.
100%.
You know what? That's actually really good advice for imposter syndrome as well.
Yeah.
No one else is actually looking at you,
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah.
Everyone is the
she's
main
doing this, she's
character
like- exactly.
of their own life.
Exactly.
God, I'm full of them today. But it's true.
Everyone is
I'm actually
coming
just
out
reading
with all
off
the
the stickers on
inspirational
our
quotes.
But no,
Yeah, you need
exactly,
to make
like,
it. But
no
it's
one cares.
true. Everyone
very
cares about
true.
their own plot. No one actually cares about
True.
theirs.
Exactly.
God, I love that, Hattie.
Yeah.
I've really got a
Yeah.
nugget there.
Oh, okay, this is a good one. What's the best bargain you've ever got, like, when you bought something?
Ooh.
Like, what was the thing?
I know.
What's yours?
Ever.
The Nike Jordans I got in a charity shop.
Oh, yeah, that was a good
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, £40, and they were in the window. The stars aligned. They were in the window. They were the grey baby blue colourway with the white tick.
Oh, yeah.
And I
Mhm.
walked
So
past and I
nice.
saw them, and I went in and they were size 4, and I just thought, yeah,
You've
Oh
got
my
to meant to be.
God.
It was meant to be.
What about
I
you
don't
guys? Well, your
know.
Gucci glasses.
Oh,
that's
my Gucci
a good
sunglasses
one.
were a
That is
good one.
I was going to say, I've got a lot of Vestiaire finds. That
Yeah,
probably
you're a
steal.
Vestiaire
Yeah, you
queen.
have.
My Frankie shop jacket. I can't remember how much it was now, but it was substantially less
Really?
than retail
Than it would
price.
be.
Yeah.
Okay. Hattie, you must have got
yeah.
some vintage.
Yeah.
I feel like I must have so many. The one that recently sticks out, and probably wasn't actually a big bargain in terms of like price wise, but it felt just like you were saying, when you go and you find it,
Just
it feels like the
feels-
stars have aligned. I was in a charity shop and I spotted on like the top shelf this little makeup kind of size pouch bag thing. It really looked like that kind of Paco Rabanne chainmail
Oh, stop
style,
it.
and I was
Really
like, surely not.
Stop it.
No.
I was like, cannot be. Took it off the top of the shelf.
God.
Saw that on the zip it said Paco Rabanne,
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
like, no. And it was. I paid not even £20.
Where
for
were
it.
you? Where
in
were
a
you?
charity shop on
That is
Northcote Road
so
in
good.
Clapham. And I was like, surely it's not real. Like, it looked quite nice. The zip was a bit dodgy. So I literally stood, like, walking around the shop and was, like, Googling it, and, like, on Vestiaire, and I was like, is this real?
Oh my God.
And I found out that it was like a free gift that they did with the
Oh my-
perfume
Oh
in,
my
like,
God.
the 80s or something.
That is so
Vintage.
good.
That's so
Yeah.
cool,
That is a good
though.
steal.
And it's inspired by, I can't remember now what the actual bag is called, but they do still do the bag.
Yeah, the bags are so cool. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Still do, and they're like $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
they
so
are,
expensive.
So, yeah, it's a dodgy zip, but I
That's
paid,
alright.
like, £20.
That's
So
amazing.
good. Okay,
I mean,
that's
you
definitely
win
the
it.
best one.
That's so good.
Well done.
Daisy, what do you ask for at the hairdresser?
Do you know, I get this
Hair
question a lot.
done. Yeah.
So I go for high lift tint and bleach. So it's like highlights with bleach, just to give it a bit of a lift.
Nice.
Less so in the summer because the sun bleaches the hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, blonde girls, you'll know out there, it's quite difficult to get that perfect blonde. And I think it is a lot of how your hair takes
Yeah.
the dye as well, but a lot of aftercare as well, and just
Yeah. Nice. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
To finish off, I've got a little game for you.
Oh, great.
I don't know if you guys listened to our last podcast where we were talking about AI a lot and how on TikTok
Oh, God.
there are a lot of AI covers of
Wait,
songs.
what are AI? What's
AI is artificial intelligence.
Right.
So on TikTok, there's a lot of people who basically can take, for example, Harry Styles' voice and have him singing a Drake song, and it sounds like
Crazy, isn't it?
Okay.
So I have saved.
I haven't heard these.
She hasn't
Oh,
heard them. She's
really?
heard one of them. So when I
I'm
play that one,
nervous.
don't.
Wait,
answer.
so it's all songs?
They're all songs. You need to guess who the person, like who the AI voice is,
Right.
Okay,
because
yeah.
that's not the person who's actually
Who
singing
actually
it.
sings
Okay.
Yeah.
And extra point if you can get what the song is. They should be quite easy to guess. though.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Oh,
I'm
so there's
not gonna
two-
know any.
2 in 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So who it is first?
Full
Okay. So
volume.
this first one Daisy's heard, so she can't answer.
Okay.
But okay, I'm gonna play it into the microphone so everyone else can hear too.
Are you ready? Oh, I know you see me standing here.
Oh, this is Zoe 101, right?
Yeah.
But who's singing it? Is it quite obvious?
Oh
I
my
didn't get
God.
it at first.
I bet that when you say it.
Yeah, I know. We're
Can I
gonna
tell this? I mean, yeah.
Drake.
It's Drake. That was Drake.
Can you hear it now?
Oh my God,
Yes.
that's so weird.
Yes. That is
When
really
you know,
weird.
like, oh my god.
Okay, next
I
one.
didn't
Next
know.
one.
Next one,
This
next
is a
one.
fun
I
game.
didn't even think
ready?
of Drake.
Oh, okay. Can I say what the song is?
Yeah.
It's Ceilings.
That's just normal feelings.
Yeah, but
It's two people.
No, so
No.
the second person is just the person who sings it, but
Okay.
this is
With
with,
the
I'm
guy.
gonna start it again because it goes into duet.
So it's the guy. Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Knew it.
That's
I
very
like
good.
heard
He
one
should
little
cover
bit and
that
I was
song.
like,
He
Harry
should.
Styles.
You should cover. Okay,
Isn't that amazing that they can do
Yeah,
that? Anyway,
yeah.
it's quite
Okay.
scary. Like,
Yeah,
will
it's
there be
very
singers?
scary.
Will there need to be a need for singers?
Okay,
Weird.
I'm really
Okay.
hoping someone gets this song.
I could have my Gucci on.
It's Megan Trainor, that song.
I
Right?
wear my Louis Vuitton. But even
Pharrell
with
Williams.
nothing on,
Along the right lines, kind
I
of.
made you look.
Hang on.
I'll make you double take.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
it
yeah.
is.
Wait, play it. You can hear him.
Your chiropractor just in case
Yeah, I
you
can hear it now.
Okay, another one. I love this
Okay.
game.
You get
This is.
that.
I've got two more. Right,
Okay.
ready?
Banger.
Well, we know this.
I'm trying to put you in the worst mood. Keep on cleaner than your churches. Really point to just to hurt you. Oh, baby, let me
Taylor?
tease
No,
you.
not Taylor.
None of
Miley.
these toys
No.
on lease to,
What's the
take your
song?
whole year in a week to, Big bitch out of
Oh,
your
what's
league
it?
to, side bitch out of your league
No, this is
to,
quite hard.
hustle
It's The
and be the
Weeknd
centipede.
song.
Yeah. It's
When
so,
you rap
the song is Starboy by the Weeknd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who's singing it, guys?
Oh my God,
when
this
I-
is hard.
Maybe it's
Give us
because
a clue. Give us a
I
clue.
think it's because you know.
Give us a clue.
She was pregnant. She's pregnant. She's pregnant currently.
Megan Trainor.
No.
She's pregnant.
Keep on cleaner than
Rihanna.
Oh,
Oh
what? Yeah, but are you just saying that because you know that she's pregnant or because it sounds like her?
Because I know she's.
Okay, can you just play it one more
Yeah.
time?
Just listen. It does
point
something.
to just to hurt you.
Yeah, what the hell?
Now
That is
you
so
know.
weird.
Once you
Can't
know
hear
and
it.
you hear it, you're like, that's
Okay,
it.
next one, next one,
Okay,
next
this
one.
is the last one. I think this
This
will be
is
quite
good.
easy, but maybe I don't know.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so
Hey there,
pretty.
Delilah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Times Square can't shine as bright as you. I swear it's true.
I don't know. Oh, come on.
Is it Kanye again?
Yeah.
Wow. I just don't. I don't. I don't.
I'm
sorry, I
gonna
didn't
go
hear
straight
that.
to
You
TikTok after
need
this.
to.
and
There
go,
are so many. And
That's
like when you actually
insane.
read it, you're like, it says who it is. You hear it more. I think. 'cause
Yeah,
you just
I think when
see
you
So
know.
what would
it's
be
gonna
your
be
dream?
easier.
I want Harry Styles to sing
Taylor
like,
Swift.
Yes, that's such a good one.
Yeah.
Considering like most of the songs
Like
are
to
about
sing
him.
style.
or I want
Yes.
Justin to sing. What do I want Justin to sing? I was always gonna be another.
Yes.
Actually,
He'd
I
be
would
good at
love
that. Yeah, he'd be good at that. I would want
That would be
like
good.
Drake to sing like a really like girly song
Yeah.
or something.
Okay, that's why
Like
not.
Megan Trainor or
Oh,
something.
yes. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be funny.
Well, that was so fun.
That was fun.
I really loved
really
that.
funny.
Well, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
And that's a wrap on episode 6.
Woo.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.